welcome back to a very blustery Essex, and today I'm on site at my late mother's house, finally getting round to interior cleanse, and it is desperado, trust me. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. Apologies about the closeness. I forgot the tripod mount. I've spent a lot of time getting clips, clamps, mini mounts, etc for doing interior shots, and forgot the clamp for the big tripod, so you have to tolerate this and that because it is chillsome. Anyway, right, let's have a look at the dirt. So hopefully, as you will have seen before, this is my late mother's vehicle, so please go easy with the comments, but we won't dwell on it too much. I'm just going to look at it as a very good opportunity to do filthy dirty car wash, and I will caveat this with the fact that she used this for dog transportation, so the interior is like that. Yeah, so she never cleaned the inside very much, just because of her age really, and it was dog transportation, and it hasn't been driven for 18 months. So passenger compartment not too terrible, door fine, there fine, seats a little bit sandy just from people hopping in and out, but then obviously the glumness and neglection increases, so we've got a fair bit of sort of damp, mould, etc. Copious amounts of hoovering needs to take place. Yeah, sad times, but anyway, gives us plenty to get into. And obviously the back contains a large proportion of Clacton seafront or Holland Haven seafront and ground in dog hairs, so this is going to be thoroughly good fun. So door cards, not terrible. First task, going to get the boot all cleared out so that I've got some space to work in, and then if it chucks it down with rain, which it is supposed to, I can then put bits and bobs in here. Anyway, so we'll get this cleared out and hoovered out, etc. First, get this looking reasonable, then I've got some space to continue working on. And the car's running because I just jump started it. Again, I need to put it on charge really, but I haven't got around to that, and I forgot my trickle charger today, so I'm gonna leave it running for a bit just to get some air in the vehicle, etc, and I'll find a clamp and we'll start digging into the boot first of all. Oh yeah, and I didn't talk about the products. Of course, as per normal, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. So we've got Polestar 10:1 in a normal sprayer and the IK foamer, and then we've got Nice Star for the trim. I know it's called Top Star, but I think it should be Nice Star. Wonderful, great stuff. So we're keeping it nice and simple. We have got a selection of lit orange interior detailing brushes, lovely. Basic IK Foam Pro 2 Plus, and just normal sprayer, both filled with 10:1 Polestar upholstery brush and XXL garage wipes should I require them. Right, let's get this cleared out ASAP. It's going to be dog bed city. So one of the good things is that my mum did cover most things up with blankets, hence why a lot of it survived moderately well. Right, let's get that whizzed over, and then we've got a starting base. Just the lowly Amazon Basics Hoover. I'll warn you in advance, it isn't going to be a award-winning task. It is freezing cold today, hence why I chose to do some interior work. but I'm just going to get working nice and quick and get the job done. We don't often do interior on the channel, so it'll make a nice change. This thing is brilliant. I pinched this from my partner's Shark. Oh, it's great. You can do normal narrow access nozzle and agitaty brush. Great. Let's try and get this sand out of here. As I say, just going to be getting the job done today. Get as much of this pet hair out as possible. Would have been a good time to test one of those like rubber brushes you can get for pulling out hair. Alas, I do not have one. Cool. That is a good beginning. I'm just going to grab a cloth. Right, just going to have a little dab of this on some of the plastics. And then we'll cool this bit. Greatly improved, should we say. That's what I'm going to say. Greatly improved. Not perfect, but greatly improved. Ah, lovely, nice star. Smells great. Lovely. Right, let's get that all over the pad. Have to remember to reuse that one. Apologies. So yeah, just going to get this car to a reasonable standard so I can photograph the insides, send some pictures to Suzuki and wait to hear back and see if they'd like to buy it. I think it's done 30,000 miles. So quite a low mileage little vehicle. Right, obviously me being me, the rubbers are getting done, boot struts are having a wipe. Obviously I think I've got some interior QD with me. Sorry, I have interior QD but also exterior QD. Right, so now we have somewhere decent to work from, which is perfectamundo. Right, let's get in and do another of the really grisly bits. That's going to be driver's side. We'll get that hoovered, then I'm going to time lapse the whole thing, the hoover inside that is, and then we'll start getting into the fun part, the foam. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. That could be done separate. Pen isn't going up the hoover. Get the bulk of the hoovering out of the way and then we'll start with the foaming. So I'll do this side on cam. All these little caps are gluco gel. Not too bad, really. Not too bad. Livable. Great little cars, these. It's the only thing I'd say about the budget end Suzukis. The trim is a weak spot. It's always been the way, really. You remember back to the Rhino and early Vitaras. They've come on leaps and bounds, and my partner's is okay, but still not quite where it needs to be. I know this is the budget end, so well, maybe this isn't going to be too bad. A couple of stains here and there, nothing terrible. I think the sand's going to be the biggest problem. Right, let's get in for some more. It's going to be one of those ones, just keep chiseling away, you know. Be interesting to see how these react to Polestar, and a good scrub. We shall see. We shall see. Right, I'm going to clear the way some more, but that's a good solid beginning. So I'm going to clear out some of the remaining larger elements, get this in the bin, etc, etc, and then crack on with some more sucking. Back in a moment. Right, I'm just going to go freehand for a bit. I've wasted too much time looking at various camera angles. Just need to get cracking. This is going to be a challenge. That is going to be suck and tickle, 2 hands, 100%. Right. See what I mean about the carpet? Picking, lifting, terrible. I mean, the thickness is probably tolerable. Acceptable. It's just the it's not attached to the vehicle body enough. Too much of that and that'd burst through, I reckon. Right, let's get the camera somewhere good. Well, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Right, that's enough hoovering from the channel. I'll see you again when the hoovering's done. Back in a bit. Right. Whilst fiddling around with the configuration, this seemed a good place to start for getting into seats. So I'm going to tackle the passenger seat now and give this a little bit of an agitation, and then I'm going to have a break. And there's still more hoovering I could be doing. Woohoo, look at that. Lovely. 10% Polestar. 10 to 1 Polestar. 1 to 10. Oh, ratio, schmatio. Lovely. Right then, just work this in. I'll leave the vehicle running with the heater on. Hopefully once I've had a break, this will have dried out somewhat. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'll just pat them off with a microfiber in a mow. Lovely, lovely. Right, let's have a smash at this gruesomeness, shall we? Actually, oh yeah, I'll use the sprayer. Here we are. Have a little go at that gruesomeness. See how this gets on. Should be fine. We'll give this a little blast. I don't think we're going to roll away. Right, let's try and keep the camera there. Just losing pressure because I had it so full, but anyway. I don't have a spare paw, so let's get this worked in. Lovely, lovely. Just grab a microfiber. Whew. Hard work. It's all the hoovering. Just going to dry this off a bit. Nice. Do I want to sit on it? Not yet, really. Well, that's the damp gone. I'm going to have to sit in. My apologies. That's the damp gone. Damp, mould. All good. All good. Right. Driver's seat's getting that all over. Let's get the camera somewhere decent. Right, we've got plenty of dirt there. So let's target that bit for a bit. And I haven't pumped the IK foamer, so we're going to have to do this for a minute. Oh, there we go. So let's give this something to think about, because as you will have seen, it is horrible in there. I'm saving the brush. I think I'll sacrifice a microfiber in there because I want to use the brush for the fabrics at the minute. So I'll give this a good douse. Not worried about any overspray because there's other bits I want to do as well. I'm just going to pump the IK. Just to get a bit of foam on there. There we go. Let's get this all worked in. Nice. So this is 1 part Polestar, 10 parts water. So 100 ml of Polestar in the sprayer and 150 ml in 1.5 litres in the foamer. Right, let's have a little wipe out in here, see if anything's happened. Is this on camera? Yeah. Sacrificial cloth. Oh, do you know what? I thought I was going to be there forever cleaning that. Not the case. Right, let's get this done. Ooh, apologies. I mean, it was filthy, like this. So we'll get this loaded up. Mustn't knock it into gear, whatever I do. That would be somewhat emotional. Oh no, I thought this was going to be nearly impossible, because some of the dirt was just horrific. But that Polestar doing a good job. Doing a good job. Let's just use this damp cloth to wipe that. While I'm here, wipe that off. Obviously, steering wheel is going to be a separate sesh, obviously today, but we'll do that in a minute. And I'm just going to dry up the seats and probably whiz them forward, just get them a good airing, get the fan blasting on them, and have a little break, and then we'll be back and we'll get on with the dash. Well, as was to be expected, it is now raining, and I got excited and just kept cleaning things. What I will say, as much as I thought a vehicle with this level of dirt was going to be highly challenging, the thing that's been good, when I was spraying product all over the seats, that gave me that opportunity with the damp cloth just to start going over the plastics. I've saved a lovely dirty section on one of the back doors that I didn't do. But yeah, I think other than, say, some of the really niggly, hard to get to parts, this is going to progress pretty well, to be honest. And when you're not going around with just little independent bits, you know, like isolated, like I would have done on the Fiesta, for example, when I spent hours and hours and hours on it, because I'm just smashing the product everywhere, it's actually pretty good. Just trying to get bits like this. Like I say, just getting it to the point where I can ring Suzuki, get them to come and have a look at the vehicle. There's another nice bit of clag. But yeah, Polestar's making light work of that, really. Plenty in here. Again, oh, sorry, my hand got caught on the back of the camera. Forcibly put the camera up. But yeah, you can see we're getting through that. We're getting through it. I thought the sticky bits where my mum has dropped glucose gel I meant to say at the beginning of the video, as well as glucogel, she was quite into her jelly babies. So, sticky jelly babies, sticky spilt glucogel. Not ideal. Not ideal. You know, I made a rookie error. Getting excited, doing the passenger seat. I knew there was a reason I wasn't supposed to be doing the driver's seat yet, and that's because I needed to sit in it to do this bit. Anyway, look at that. That is a transformation. Right, let's get out, do a door card, one of the really minging ones, and then I'm going to wrap this part up, fling this wherever I see fit, and then we'll start getting on the nice star. You can't beat a job like this really though, can you? This is proper. This is proper. Everything needs everything type scenario. We'll get some brushes in there in a bit. I just want Suzuki to look at it and not think, oh, this is a dog transportation vehicle. I want it to look nice. So there's a few little spills that I need to try and deal with. We'll let some Polestar, I'll use the IK foamer and just let some Polestar dwell on that. And then when I've finished up with a damp microfiber, I'll just mop up as much as I can in there. Pretty happy with the dog hair removal, which was a mish. But yeah, let's get out, we'll do a door card, and then I'll get round, splosh all this everywhere, then get back in and we'll do nice star. You can see, like I say, I got excited, and where the cloth had got nice and wet doing the seats, I used the dampness just to go over a few sections. Because there was so much to clean, it's pretty easy. So I think I'm going to do the same as I did with the back fronts, i.e. spray copious amounts of Green Star, and then give that a gentle agitate. What have we got? Nice. 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 Lovely. Just going to move this stuff and then throw foam all over the back, give this a little scrub, and then get the heater on full again, give this a little bit of a dry, and we're getting there. Hopefully I'm far enough away from the heater so you're not hearing that. So we'll get into this bit first. Bit more strategic this time. Lovely. Nice agitate with a soft brush. And just a wipe down. We can get in and do the door cards when I get back out the other side. No drama. Lovely. A few little marks here that I want to give a bit more attention to. Just add a little bit more moisture to there. Like I said at the beginning, main thing I'm employing is hard work and determination. And I thought what I'd try and show is how much you can achieve without extraction or a steamer. Oops. Just a basic 50-60 pound Halford's Amazon Hoover and a couple of quid's worth of Polestar and Nice Star. Right, I'm going to get this all scrubbed, wiped down, get myself in the car, get the blower on, get this all scrubbed and wiped down so it's as good as it can be. Let them horrible stains and spillages in the front have a little dwell, wipe them down once my rag's dead and done, and then we'll get in and we'll start applying Nice Star. I know it's called Polestar, Top Star, just something I said in the previous video. See you in a moment. Right, that is everything pretty much cleaned up. Like I said at the beginning in the video, there is more that could be done. The bits you're seeing on camera, I'm happy as close to Rev-You standard as I like to achieve. However, there are a few bits that could do a little bit more. And just to point out, I have been swapping out my microfiber. Just so happens that the additional, not for paint, interior type microfibers I bought with me today were the same colour, but I did swap it out, have been swapping them out obviously, and this is the Top Star application microfiber from the beginning of the video. So what I'm going to do is we'll start getting what we can see here while I'm in situ, and we'll get that done on cam, and then I will manoeuvre around the vehicle, get it all done, and don't want to get told off for using too much. We'll get it all done, I'll get it all done, and then we'll have a look at the end results, and I'll sign out on this one, which has been, you know, relatively challenging, but a good time as always nonetheless. What better way to spend a squelchy Saturday? Lovely. Right, let's get the steering wheel done while I'm sitting here. Hey, that could do with some TLC. So Top Star is used neat. Because I had a gargantuan task, I double checked yesterday, thought I'd Google, can you water it down like Pearl or Garage Therapy trim? No, it is a ready to use. No drama. I just wondered. Oh, this is the pain of not having the steering lock on, eh? Hey ho, can't have everything. Like I say, I've had the car running just because it hasn't been run for donkey's years. So, yeah. Lovely, sorry, nice matte finish, UV protection, anti-static. Lovely, 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 lovely. Right, let's get that door done as well. We're not going to use a lot anyway. A little squirt on the pad. And just a delicate wipe over the doors. Enough to see the transformation. Top done, bottom not. Right. Well, I'm going to turn off recirc, turn on recirc, because it's starting to steam up, and I'm going to get this all finished up. I'll get myself in the back and we'll do a nice pan and swoop around the vehicle to have a look at the transformation. I don't think there's any benefit from looking in the boot again because I've put a load of stuff in the boot. Then I need to get photographs ready for Suzuki to give me an evaluation. Anyway, hope I've covered enough. Hope that was enjoyable. Oh, I'm well pleased. The only thing I could have done, what I did is I used the garage wipes just to wipe the sticky sand mixed with sweets in the door handles and pushed them around a little bit on the stains on the floor. They're greatly improved, but not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But like I say, it's just about getting it ready for sale, not Rev-You standard or a show, but it's very close indeed. Anyway, back in a mo. I hate getting back in a vehicle that I've cleaned. If it was the Fabia and the weather wasn't like this, I'd be getting back in with no shoes on. Anyway, so no decent interior clean would be complete without a few mists of the good old favourite, and I always like to do. Anyway, this is where we finished up. Apologies about the drips. Every time I opened the door, everything got soaked again. But yeah, not bad. I'm not a massive proponent of those mats, by the way, but two things. One, the garage used too many in the Fiesta the other day, or the Fabia, so I had a few spare, which I've been diligently keeping hold of. And, sorry, just looking at the seats. Well, they're a step in the right direction, not perfect. Passengers, drivers' ones come up good. Anyway, like I say, we weren't here to do a massive cleanse up. Yeah, as I say, I had some of those mats available that I've been keeping in stock, and for some reason my mum had cut the end off the driver's mat, and that's probably why the rubber heel pads were in, so I thought I'd put that there. And everything come up all right as it goes, bearing in mind this was pretty deep in sand. There's still more work I could do with a pet hairbrush, but generally speaking, it's a much nicer place to be, and I don't hate being in here anymore, which is good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I did clear out the boot. I couldn't help myself. So got all my stuff out the boot. That's that, all clean. And exterior needs another go over again, but you know. Anyway, right, let's try the old spinaroo. Boom! Oh, I'm hot and thirsty. Like I say, hat's not been on the whole time. I had to take that off because as you're working around, I've got boiling hot. But because noggin's looking crackers, hat. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one as always. Thanks for tuning in as always. If you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting another one of my videos. I'd really appreciate that. If not, just drop by when I make a video that you're interested in. And if the weather stops, the rain stops, there'll be more tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for dropping by as always. Take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. So when I was reviewing the video, I thought maybe I hadn't tried hard enough with the pet hair. So I'm back on site today just for that final wipe down with a pet hairbrush. Car Pet. I bought this specifically for putting stripes in car mats. Obviously that's not what it's designed to do. It's designed to extract or assist the extraction of pet hairs. So just wanting to be complete and get the job done to as good a level as possible, I wanted to make sure I come back and finished up, just to get the last few little bits and bobs like this, etc, etc. And this does a grand job of plucking out the last bits. So you can see just a few bits that were proving troublesome. While I was hoovering yesterday, I did sort of get to the point where I was just plucking them out one by one because there's so many, but I had to at some point stop because life goes on. But I just wanted to ensure you that I did come back to make sure everything was finalised to a good standard as per normal. So just making sure what I'm seeing with my eyes is as good on the screen. So that's all finished up okay. And finally, just to ensure that there was no moisture left in the fabric and the car was bone dry inside, this happened. Just one final buzz through to make sure everything's bone dry and happy for the foreseeable future. And that is it. That's where I'm finishing.